Nothing compares with this deep silence and stillness within. And you have this. You are this. Everything is this. Despite all the noise in the world, there's cicadas going here, dogs are barking, cars are moving. Sometimes thoughts are happening. Not that often, but I am aware of them at times. It's all noise. And yet still there's this deep, all-pervading silence and stillness. Here, in me, as me, in you, in all beings, in everything that exists. In the midst of the greatest sound and chaos and noise, which we're seeing a lot of today, there is this incredibly deep, all-pervading silence and stillness. Within all the chaos and arguments that people are going through and having, and attachment to their beliefs and their anger and fear and despair, there is this deep silence and stillness. It's always present. There's no real way to escape it. The only thing we can do is ignore it, is be distracted by it. And that's the purpose of all this sound and noise and basically our society, to distract us from truth, to distract us from our true nature, from our true being, our true infinite, all-pervasive, all-pervading being as the totality itself. Nothing in this world compares with truth. Nothing in this world compares with our true nature, with what we are, with the direct experience of our true, unlimited, infinite, boundless nature. Our true, undivided, unseparate nature. It's only our thoughts that get in the way, because as human beings in this human body vehicle, we are very fortunate, very privileged to be able to experience the reality that underlies everything. Not as a thought. A thought can only point us in this direction, but it cannot bring us here. We can believe that everything is one, that it's all God, but it's not enough. We have to directly experience it. And we don't experience it by beliefs. We don't experience it by getting more beliefs. We experience it by letting go of all the beliefs that we have. All the beliefs that we have. All the thoughts we have. Everything that we perceive as a world and a self. We just drop it. We just let it go. And that's really what awakening is. That's really what enlightenment is. It's just that. Nothing is added. Illusion is taken away. That's all. Illusion is subtracted until we return to our original nature. Our true nature is our original nature, before all the illusion, before all the conditioning, before all the dreams, before all the thoughts and beliefs. And this is how we see the world. We see the world through our thoughts and beliefs, through this conditioning, which is why people don't agree on the same way of seeing the world and the same way of seeing events. It's amazing. They've done studies on this, particularly when people experience a crime or around a place where a crime happens, and then they interview the people. Of course, the police interview the people, and everybody has a different impression. It all happened differently for everybody. And memory plays a part in that, because after a day, it's even different. And after a week, it's even different. And it keeps becoming, as time passes, even more different. But it's even different a few seconds after the event, because memory is very faulty. And memory is really how we see the world, how we perceive the world. I remember who I am as this separate person. Therefore, that's my experience of being a separate person. Not this present moment. Because in this present moment, if we're really open to this present moment, that person isn't here. That's a person of the past. It doesn't exist. It never existed. It's just a memory. What exists in this moment is beyond anything that anyone can think or say. It's beyond thought, entirely beyond all thought. It's not like we're going to get a new thought that's going to free us and awaken us. No, it's just another thought in the way. It's not like we're going to go to a spiritual teacher and they're going to teach us these things and that's going to help us awaken. No, it's just more things in the way. A true spiritual teacher, an awake spiritual teacher, will take away all that. Take away all your spiritual thoughts. Take away all your spiritual beliefs. Take away all your spiritual knowledge and leave you with nothing. Because that nothing is the doorway to everything. That nothing is the doorway to reality. We have to strip away illusion. Truth is just the absence of illusion. It's not a thing. It's not truth. It's something special and some mystical thing. Oh, truth, wonderful truth. No, truth is wonderful, but it's the absence of illusion. It's the stripping away of illusion. Then what we're left with is truth. Just as this silence and stillness is the stripping away of our attention on all the sound and noise and our focusing on what's here absent all that. Because even in the midst of noise and sound, this silence is here, absence of all that. It just depends where we focus our attention. That's all. When our attention is focused on a dream, on samsara, on illusion, on distractions, then that seems like what the world is to us. That is what the world is. That is what we are. A dream, an illusion, samsara, suffering. But when we drop all of that, when we let all of that go completely, then what's left? Truth. Is there any suffering in truth? No, there's no I. There's no I to suffer. How can there be suffering? There's just reality, which is the absence of illusion. Reality doesn't need reality. It just needs the absence of illusion. Truth doesn't need truth. It just needs the absence of illusion. Love doesn't need love. It just needs the absence of the illusion of separation. And that's what love is. Just as peace isn't peace, it's the absence of conflict. And that feels like profound peace. So here we are, you and I. And yet there is no you. There is no I. These things are not here. These things don't exist. These are dreams. These are illusions. There is something far more than these dreams and illusions. So far more that the mind cannot even conceive it. In the direct experience of this, the mind cannot conceive it. It's too much. It's not a limited thing like a thought. It's truth. It's reality. It's the real thing here. So the mind cannot understand it. It cannot understand presence. Cannot understand. When we say non-duality, instead of oneness, it's better to say what it's not. It's not the illusion of duality. It's not non-duality. Non-duality is just not the illusion of duality anymore. That's what non-duality is. Non-separation in love is just not the illusion of separation anymore. It's letting that go and directly feeling what remains as our true nature. We feel this. That's why we feel it as energy, because we feel this. We don't think it. If you're thinking it, it's just more illusion. It's just more distractions from experiencing it. When you experience it as pure energy without any thought at all, that's your understanding. That's the only understanding there is. There is nothing to say about reality or truth or God, but there is the direct felt experience of it. That is all that I want to convey to you. That's all that what these words are about. They're pointing you to have the direct experience of this, the direct felt experience of this, the direct feeling of this energy beyond the word energy, beyond any thought of what energy is. We call it energy because I think energy is a little harder for us to get a concept around, just as infinity is, and that's helpful. If we can't form a concept, then we're much freer and able to directly experience something. But all words create concepts in some way, including energy, including God, including infinity. So none of them are helpful. The best they can do is get you to drop everything. Let your mind be clear and empty without any thought. It's not that your mind stops thinking, your brain's thinking all the time, even when you're sleeping. But the focus of your attention is not on those thoughts anymore. It's on something beyond thought. That's all. You just shifted your attention to something beyond all thought, before all thought, before there ever was a thought. What's here? This is nothing new that I'm saying. This stripping away of illusion is nothing new. This has been taught for thousands of years by all awakened beings. But it's up to you to stop. It's up to you to let go. It's up to you to be free of your dream, to let your dream go completely. And I mean completely. If you hold on to I've let go of the dream, you haven't let go of I. That's the fundamental building block of all the other illusions. You have to let go of that too. The dream has to let go. You have to drop it. It has to drop. It has to dissolve. Your attention has to focus on something more. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do this. That's all I'm doing with these words is encouraging you to let go of all words, all thoughts, not to try and figure out what I'm saying, not to write it down in a journal or a book, not to have some insight or aha moment about what this is. That's not awakening. That's just more thoughts. There's no wiggle room here. It's very, very clear. There's no like, yeah, but what about a good thought? What about an aha moment thought? What about I realize this thought? Fine, but it's still a thought and it's still a distraction from that experience. If you have that experience, and often people do, and then they go, oh, I get it. That I get it. That feeling that I got it is a distraction from the direct experience. So you're no longer having that experience. You're no longer awake. No matter how profound that insight is, it's always a distraction. It's always a lie. There is no wiggle room here. There's no shades of awakening. There is just no thought, your attention on something entirely beyond all thought, and thought. When your attention is on something entirely beyond thought, then there is this reality, and you cannot make a concept out of it. It's just absolutely pure, absolutely true. And there is no I in this. There's no self and other. No thoughts, no inside and outside, no beliefs, no Buddha, Jesus, Ramana, no thoughts, no words. Beyond all of that, beyond all beliefs. And you can drop everything and have this, the bliss of truth, the bliss of realization, the great profound peace beyond understanding, beyond thought, because it is your nature. It just depends where you focus your energy. So I'm here to help you focus your energy on something more than this dream that you call life, this dream that you call you, something far more than that. Thank you, my friend.